Welcome to episode 2 of...
Episode 2 of our podcast. We don't have a name. We haven't figured out a name.
We have a name.
We have a name.
We have a name. It's in the description.
It's in the description. You saw it.
You saw it. You know what this
heard
is.
it. So you don't need us to repeat it because we already said it once.
At some point.
Yeah. Today's episode, we are talking about Hootie versus the Blowfish.
Hootie being Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker.
Yes.
So we will be looking at Darius Rucker's solo career against Hootie and the Blowfish. And
the band.
The band.
The band.
Yes, the band.
Yeah, which is incredibly relevant right now. They have so many hits on the charts.
Look, not trying to crack on H and the B Fish, but hey, they've got an album that came out in 2020, so that's something.
That is something to
kicking it back in gear.
Something to mention
back together. Look, man, it's been 15 years since Hootie and the Blowfish.
They've put out more. They've put out a lot more records than we have.
If you haven't listened to our first episode, we quickly diagram how we met in high school, and then B, we played in at least 2 bands together.
Oh, that's true. We didn't even speak about the first.
We do not even talk about We had varying degrees of very small success.
If you search the internet,
we played LRS Fest in 2004.
Something that did happen that
Opening for the Gin Blossoms.
The Gin Blossoms, legit.
There were 20 people in the audience. Tops.
There were more than that.
25.
There
50?
Was
50?
It was a giant field.
Yeah,
maybe
a field that
people.
didn't have people in it.
There were people.
Were there people?
There was actually people there.
All right, that's great.
And
way to go, us.
Yeah, we did. We played shows.
We did. We played some shows.
Not everybody can say this, but we were on the local radio show. We
were on the local radio show.
Hearing your music over the radio is a privilege that only people that have a lot of money
that at all
can do that. Yeah,
that's amazing. Hey, way to go, us.
Yeah, good for us.
18 years ago.
Right now, you probably can hear a song that we're working on in the background. So if we ever finish it, you can find a link in somewhere on the internet.
Who knows?
And listen to how far we've come.
The first time you and I started playing music together, back in high school, we would play the occasional Hootie and the Blowfish song. It was certainly one of my learning how to play guitar songs.
Right, because they're so simple.
4
chords, 3. Yeah, 4 if you're lucky.
Yeah, they weren't
difficult.
Right.
They're probably the only songs I can still play.
Not doing anything super intricate, which isn't to say,
it's not bad.
That doesn't mean it's
not bad because there is music now that is 1 chord.
Agreed.
Like entire songs.
Yeah.
On the radio. Music's come so far.
Yeah. I remember being a huge Hootie and the Blowfish fan back in, 1995-ish.
Yeah, I mean, they were on the radio.
They were on the radio. They were on the MTV. I distinctly remember 1995, Farm Aid, okay, the concert for farmers.
Yeah, I heard that none of that money actually went to them.
Don't tell me that. It had, come on, man. Willie Nelson ain't lied to nobody. 95, it was at Old Cardinal Stadium here in Louisville, Kentucky, where we live. Mm-hmm. And my mom went to the Farm Aid concert, did not bring my brother and I. Oh. And we were like, what the?
Did she have a date?
No, well, she went with my aunt and some friends.
Oh, I see.
And they were like, adults only, no kids.
Well, that makes sense.
And 13 at the time. So, I could go be on my own for a minute.
Right.
And Hootie and the Blowfish playing, Dave Matthews Band, Mellencamp, Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. This is
Did I ever tell you my Willie Nelson story?
No.
This is a side tangent.
No. Get into it.
When I was working at the Kingdom, as what was I? I was some kind of...
Yeah, I remember the Willie concert.
I was somehow a supervisor of something that I have no idea what it was.
Right.
There was a Willie Nelson concert.
Yeah.
He would not come out of his trailer.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He smokes a lot of weed.
Truth.
And it's more important than... leaving his trailer, what I guess I wouldn't either. I mean, it's probably fancy inside. I don't know.
Look, come out
Like he
Play
literally,
the songs.
I don't even think he showed up for
He didn't
sound.
know us anything.
He didn't even show up for sound check. Like
He's
he
Willie Nelson.
stayed
He
in
doesn't
the
need to
trailer.
show up for sound check.
Yeah,
He's
but-
got somebody to do that for him.
But there wasn't.
Right.
It was us. I think that was the problem.
Summer concert series.
Yeah,
At Six
and-
Flags, Kentucky Kingdom.
Yeah, it happened.
So 95, I was really upset that I didn't get to see Hootie and the Blowfish, amongst other things. This was before I went completely crazy on Dave Matthews Band. So then I was later like really angry that I never went to that show. But yeah, Hootie and Blowfish, man, they I would say are integral to our friendship.
Is it?
To the beginning of our friendship. Since then, we've gone in all kinds of
Is it
directions.
integral or integral?
Whoa. I would say integral.
I think if you're Southern, it's integral.
Integral. Well, we'll drive down to Versailles and see what they say.
Yeah. Okay. I would say it's integral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jamming out on the letter Cry.
Yep.
Yep. Amongst other songs.
You know, the thing about it was like I was learning how to play guitar as well during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Were you? Is that was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I could play like a little bit, but.
Like I couldn't play at all. I still cannot. But the little bit that I do know, I could probably thank Hootie for.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just playing basic chords, basic chord shapes, and like knowing that you only have to have 3 chords to make an entire song.
And have it be really good, a song that everybody's singing.
Yeah, that was like new to me because I was learning music theory.
Right.
Like real music theory.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I decided to be a person that elected to take advanced music theory and advanced music theory 2 against the recommendation of the teacher.
Nice. You don't need to learn this.
Yeah, well, they're like, are you sure you want to do? Are you sure you can do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Murray
Shows them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Get bent.
Yeah. So in all seriousness, like they were on the radio a lot.
Yeah,
on
they were on the
MTV.
radio. They were on MTV. They had that one video with what was like Dan Marino.
Oh right.
Was in it.
Yeah, the Dolphins.
The Dolphins make me cry.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I like Hootie and the Blowfish. Like, the songs are catchy and fun, but like, I'm not a sports person, so like that was actually the one song that was like,
Really?
for me.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah. I just something about like the cross pollination of it, of like,
Yeah.
oh hey,
Sports.
yeah, how about that in a song on the MTV? Why not?
You like that?
I thought it was fine.
That was appealing.
Yeah,
It's like
it wasn't not appealing.
It's like
It wasn't
I mean,
a detriment.
my-
You know what? Before we go any further, can we, without practicing at all, sing the harmonies to the very beginning of Time?
no.
You ready? Here we go. And 3,
1.
2, 1. Time. Jacob, where you at, man? Come on. You left me hanging. Here we go. 3, 2,
like
1.
a wave
Go.
crashing into the
Time. No, come on. Do you want the melody or do you want the harmony? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go. Time.
I don't know. What was the harmony?
I don't know.
Time.
I don't know. That was fun.
Do I sing in a band?
All right. So
auto-tune.
I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say something. The music, it's there. No, it was very important. It was on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
It was on MTV.
Yep.
I liked it.
Yep.
Ben liked it.
Loved it.
My father liked it. That you don't get that every
Fathers
day.
and sons, man.
You don't get that where it bridges like an age gap. I don't think that's really happened that much. Like I think people maybe like Beyonce, but for different reason. Like there's no there's
I mean, I have to imagine there's plenty of
music that crosses
mothers and daughters who are both jamming out to Beyonce.
Yeah, no. So there's plenty of music that crosses an age gap, but I mean, like, it's not the most.
It's
common
not
thing.
like ever present, certainly.
Yeah.
But also, though, I think there is a certain amount of like you end up listening to what your parents listen to.
You end up listening to what?
Well, yeah, no, I definitely listen to what I mean. Like,
I definitely did the opposite.
all of my albums are basically like stuff that my dad or my mom listened to.
What I'm really getting at though is that
You bonded over
in
it.
my life. This was we actually bonded over it. Yeah, like,
that's amazing.
And we even played.
All
You
right,
would come
rewind 2
over.
seconds.
You
I would come over to your
my dad's
house, your dad's spot.
And
We'd play some songs, and then every now and again, your dad would be like, "Hey, play that Hootie song again. That was good.
play that Hootie song again, and
Yeah.
it was Let Her Cry.
Let her cry, man.
Yeah.
That one spoke to him."
Yeah, and I think you know, it's pretty universal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's talk about that first album, Cracked Review. I listened to it. I re-listened to it the other day. All right, starts off with Hannah Jane, whatever. Hold My Hand, Let Her Cry, Only Want to Be With You. That is
Boom,
banger,
boom, boom. Banger.
banger,
Yeah.
banger. Like that. I mean, there's a billion bands who would want
that kind of
3 songs
success
like that
on one record.
and then Time later on down the road,
Time,
and then
Caught Up.
Goodbye. Oh my gosh, Goodbye.
Which one is that?
It's the last song. Well, technically Motherless Child is the last song,
yeah.
but it's like 30 seconds long and is kind of a throwaway.
This
but
is Goodbye?
This is some like sad shit here.
I don't remember this. I don't think I got through the whole record.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I know I did.
Right.
But I don't remember it. Like,
No, like-
maybe I fell asleep.
yeah, like I don't think this was a CD to put on and be like, all right, I have to listen to this from beginning to end.
Yeah.
You know, that's not who Hootie and the Blowfish was.
It's you listen to the first 5 songs.
And then you go
listen
on
to
about your day.
something
Or
else.
You put on Tragic Kingdom and you listen to the first 5 songs of that. Actually, it was probably the first like 6 or 7. I think you get to like Sunday morning and then you're like,
you said
all right,
Tragic Kingdom, but I thought you meant Possum Kingdom, and that's where my
What?
mind went.
What is Possum Kingdom?
The Toadies.
I don't know that album.
Oh, you do.
Well,
You would
we'll have a
recognize.
podcast about
You
it.
would recognize it in a heartbeat, and it's they would be canceled, I think, in modern day culture.
Fair.
It's a song about things that I can't even mention
Okay,
in
great.
public. Yeah,
All right.
but it's a song, and it's
Well, the No
that's
Doubt
what I thought you were
album
talking
Tragic Kingdom is
Right.
also full
Okay.
of
That
hit
makes more sense.
singles. Oh yeah, just like that album's full just like it's
about. That's not the one
Yeah.
with spiderwebs.
no, it's got Spiderwebs, it's
Oh.
got Just a Girl, it's got Sunday Morning, it's got Don't Speak. Come on, Don't Speak. I mean, this is like Jagged Little Pill level of like singles to non-singles.
You want to
ratio.
know why I didn't listen to this album?
To Crack a Review?
No, to
Tragic Kingdom? No doubt? Word, tell me.
horns.
Horns!
Yeah, just
Not a fan of
like,
horns?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, whoa. Okay, so
Mind blown.
Whoa, okay, so many questions. Okay, all right. So
You didn't know this about what you didn't know about Jacob.
all right. So wait, does that mean
It means I don't like horns.
so entire like Bruce Springsteen catalog is out?
Is out.
Is out. Like no Born to Run for you.
You know, I've really grown a fondness for horns that are mixed properly, but in
Yeah.
general, horns are like just for some reason.
Let me tell you then
It's
about
what-
we're
it's-
gonna bring it all together
it's
because
what
Darius
elect-
Rucker's first solo album
It
features some horns, bro.
yeah. It's
Here we go. Darius Rucker's first solo album, Back to Then, his one R&B album. Here come the horns. Here they come. Wait, not yet. They're coming. They're coming. Here they come. Here we go. And nope. They're coming. There it is.
and this is why I probably
Horns, baby.
that's why I probably didn't know anything about his
Yeah.
solo
The first,
R&B
first solo album.
Yeah, I had an aversion to them for a long time. And I'm finally like warming up to them because
Okay.
like I know their importance in like soundtracks.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
important.
Yep.
Star Wars.
Well, I mean, there was a shift. There was a specific time when having horns in your band mattered,
Yeah,
and then that time ended, and now it's just kind of like a producer trick throw in. I feel, like how many bands like Springsteen, obviously the big man playing the saxophone. Dave Matthews Band has had horns in it, and then the ska bands. But like how many random saxophones or
not
trumpets
yeah, ska.
do you
Not
hear
my favorite
in like
genre.
normal pop rock music? Not that much anymore.
No.
But like
Maybe they're making
in
a comeback.
1984,
Maybe horns are the
was a
new
big deal.
flutes. Put that in your
Yeah. I mean, who's rocking flutes? Jethro Tull,
no
a million years ago.
no flute sounds are the
Flute
sound of the like
Oh, okay.
pop rap trap.
Gotcha.
Like they're in there. Like it's no joke.
But it's not a person playing. It's a synthesizer.
Somebody at some point
flute.
put their mouth on a flute.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but mostly a keyboard
Okay.
type situation.
How did we get onto horns?
Ska? How are we on
Scott,
ska?
no doubt. Okay, great. So, Crack a Review, 3 straight bangers, like just like hits, hits on hits on hits. And I gotta say, like when listening to this album, the feeling that I had was
Joy,
happiness, just pure like having a good time with Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, like you can't listen to this and like not be slightly happier.
Oh my gosh. Just like I was like doing some dishes, cleaning up in the house a little bit, doing the floors, and then just a little I want you to hold my hand, so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah, and he meant it.
And he meant it. Yes. It is genuine.
It's genuine.
Hootie and the Blowfish is genuine happy music.
Yeah, I would say that.
And I feel like the two of us gravitate towards sad music.
Yeah.
I mean, Radiohead for me, that's my like, let's see how depressed we can get.
Pearl Jam, Our Lady Peas.
Yeah.
Depressing.
So much
terrible.
Like, oh, you got a song about heartbreak? I want to hear it.
I want to make it worse. Yeah.
Right.
Like that's what I thrived on.
Yeah.
As a youth.
Let's put that in a minor key.
When I had hair. Yeah.
But no, this was like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like Let Her Cry's got some sadness.
Well,
to
it was the
but
era.
even though
It was the era.
sad,
Well, it was still in the era of grunge, and so
Right.
you were getting all of this sad, emotional, grungy stuff, and then all of a sudden there's Hootie. That's this like, it still is the same, similar instrumentation,
Right.
but it's happy. It's an amazing
like
key.
he's got an acoustic, so it's not like it's
Similar,
not
yeah.
sludgy. But
I think that's why it worked, though. Like it's like okay, it's still a band.
So here's a question that I wanted to pose to you. If it weren't for Pearl Jam and Eddie Vedder being the what do you call it?
Singer,
Well,
front
yeah,
man.
yeah, but like he was the first. He was the first guy through the gate.
Was he?
For that like baritone.
Oh, the lower
voice.
version. Well, I mean, are we going to talk about Nirvana at all?
I mean, we can, but I feel like specifically like because Kurt's voice was
Erratic.
tenory and throaty.
Yeah.
And Vedder was Vedder opened the door for the voices.
It was the original voice.
Yeah.
We could say that. Well, I think maybe what's the old guy that played the guitar? He had a kind of an voice. I mean, there were voices
old
before.
guy who played the guitar.
Ring of Fire.
Oh yeah, Johnny Cash.
I think that might be the original voice.
Maybe. I feel like his is
Am I
more
off?
of a mumble.
It's
like
more mumbly?
like a growly rumble.
So Eddie Vedder could very well be
Yeah,
the original
the originator of the. I don't know. Jim Morrison has some of it. I
little
feel
bit.
like that if we're taking it back.
I'm just curious. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
I honestly don't
absolutely.
know. I don't know.
Yeah. So
If you know who the original,
send us a tweet.
are we tweeting?
I don't know.
I'm kind of giving up on Twitter. Just put a thing somewhere.
whatever.
Wherever this is, put a thing.
Write a comment, like, subscribe, do all the things. So I feel like as much as people shit on the the Creeds and the Nickelbacks,
Is it weird that they did?
Darius Rucker's voice falls in that range.
Right.
At least for his Hootie stuff.
Hootie style.
Yeah, Hootie style Darius's voice falls in that range, and I feel like Pearl Jam is really raw emotion stuff, and like as with most things, you have like this raw, the cornerstone of something, and then you have it expands, and you have like the watered down versions. Is Hootie and the Blowfish a watered down version of Pearl Jam?
Fun fact: Hootie and the Blowfish were a band since 1986. I
What?
wanna say. Yeah.
Who told you that? Wikipedia?
Look it up.
Okay, I'm going.
We're just gonna double fact. I have to be fact checked. I'm like Alex Jones. That's probably. You probably can't say. Can you say that on the internet?
Of course you can. You can say whatever you want. Hootie and the Blow.
No, they were playing together since like I want to say 86. And
86.
yeah, they didn't.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah. When did they?
So 94 was when Cracked Review came out.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's 8 years.
Yeah.
Now, can you say that about Eddie Vedder having influence on him?
It's
What
not
if-
that Eddie Vedder had influence on him. It's that Eddie Vedder had influence on the world, which made a voice like Darius Rucker's more acceptable in the mainstream
Yeah.
without having to do what Darius Rucker later does, which is go country.
I can see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it made it more.
I don't know.
acceptable.
It's a very chicken or egg kind of
and
question.
that might be, you know, that might be the reason he went country,
right.
because he has the voice, and is not in unless you're country.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Speaking of which, do we want to talk about going country?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, we mentioned.
So yeah,
R&B.
he has one R&B album from 2002, which I'm gonna say, for me personally, aside from the fact that it's slightly overproduced, for
It
my
has
taste,
horns.
It has horns, which I think are very tastefully used and well done.
But who produced that album?
I have no
Okay, never mind. We don't have to fact check everything.
Yeah.
But there's an album. It's R&B.
It's R&B.
It's well produced, and it's Hootie and the Blowfish. It's Hootie.
Well, no, it's
Hootie.
Darius Rucker.
Darius Rucker.
And I thought, is it perfect? No. Is it serviceable? I think so.
It just
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. If you said, hey, listen to a Darius Rucker album, I'd be like, I think I'll listen to that R&B one and not one of the country ones.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
Because country is where he landed, and had the most success. But,
Right.
But the R&B record from a sound type person, like a producer type point of view, to me feels like somebody else wrote that entire album and said, hey, sing on this,
Right.
Darius.
Yeah. No, I get that. Well, that's it. That's the other thing. The Hootie and the Blowfish songs have that jollity to them.
Like they were all in a room jamming.
Right.
That's
And
how they
then
got-
going into now I'm Darius and I'm going to do a sexy album.
Right.
It's
That's a big jump.
to shift your whole writing style to that too. I think there's going to be some, who's going to smoothly do that.
No
Certainly not Garth Brooks
no
turning
one.
into Chris Gaines.
Also true.
So there's this one-off 2002 album. Then there's more Hootie album. Hootie comes up with there's Hootie and the Blowfish album in 2003. So after the Darius Rucker solo album,
And the 2003 album has singles that you probably
it's
heard
got,
of.
what's that song?
They didn't fall off the face of the earth. You've probably, what was the name of the song?
Oh gosh, I keep wanting to say Time because that's the one that we were
It's
singing
not
a minute ago, but it's not Time.
Were we singing?
I Go Blind. That was in 2000.
I go blind
That was in
every time I look at you.
Yeah. That was 2000. So
And that was after his
So-
first solo
no,
attempt.
this was before.
Oh.
2002 was the solo album. Then there was another.
Well, what was the next record? That
There was
was
a 2003 Hootie and the Blowfish album.
That's what we're talking about.
None
was
of
a
these-
song.
None of these songs are jumping out at me.
There was one.
I don't remember. Every time I look at
Is it Little Brother? Tears Fall Down? Which one was it? What is this? Is this iTunes?
This is Spotify. Man, you gotta go with the time.
No, I have Spotify. We're on Spotify right now.
Yeah, it's Spotify.
You're probably listening on Spotify.
I certainly hope so.
What song? How can I rank this? Why don't they show me the
What are
one?
you doing?
I don't know. Is it like
you're
a
looking for,
star
what's-
system or
what's
something?
most popular?
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, man, I have no idea. Let's look. This 2005 album.
There's a song on there you probably
Hey,
heard.
Sister Pretty.
Jeez. Remember when songs had intros?
When you're feeling good, you need
Okay, no.
Yep. No.
Anyway, there is a song.
There's a
probably
song
heard it.
that you probably know.
Whoop. Yeah.
So then 2008, Darius Rucker goes full-blown country. And
Full
then
country. Full frontal.
we're talking, I would say the highlight of the country career for me is his cover of Wagon Wheel. Wagon Wheel's a fun song. He's got a good voice for it. Let's be honest, he has a good voice for country. His first country album, I feel like it has a old school Nashville Network kind of country vibe to it, instead of new Broseph country with the Aldeans. Yeah, the Aldeans and the
So-
Luke Bryans.
Here's
Not to put any of them down,
okay.
they're
You
doing
obviously
their thing.
listen to way more country than I do, but
Yeah.
this was me. I'm probably the only person in the history of the world that has listened to Darius Rucker's solo albums while doing yoga.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, tell me about that.
this is what I got from it, was that country music all sounds the same to me.
Was it helpful to your yoga? Was it soothing? Did it help you, like, accept the good and reject the bad?
It was in the background,
Okay.
and
And other than that, it had no effect.
it just it didn't sound like anything that I cared about.
Okay.
I know this is terrible. Like, this
No,
is the
it's fine.
worst review.
Look,
This is-
look,
Hate-
this
I'm
is your
hating.
musical taste. This is your musical taste.
yeah, I don't want it to sound like I'm hating. I feel like country music is produced in such a way that it all is so pristine
Mm-hmm.
that it all sounds the same.
I get that.
And there are
It's very clean.
It's very clean. It's very simple, as in same kind of 3-4 chord situation, and the same instrumentation on every song. And it was hard for me to even remember a song that was Darius Rucker's, apart from anything.
Right.
Whereas if I listen to Hootie and the Blowfish, I don't know, for some reason the songs sound different to me.
Yeah, no. I feel like vocally he's freer in Hootie and the Blowfish than he is doing his solo stuff, which is crazy because you would think this is your solo album. You get to do
You
get to do you.
But in country, I know a lot of times they don't write their own songs. Do we know if he...
Oh gosh, I have no idea.
Can we Google that?
I don't know.
Well, don't you have an iMac?
Yeah, but I don't know what your Wi-Fi password is.
It's on the wall.
Yeah, I got nothing. I think he wrote his stuff.
You think he writes?
I think he
in
writes
Nashville,
his songs.
which would explain a lot. That would explain why he's, from an artist point of view, there's more money in songwriting and publishing than most people are aware of. And if you're writing songs in Nashville, maybe you're collaborating with another songwriter or something like that. So there's a lot of deals that go on, things behind the scenes, and that might be like a financial incentive for him, which might be why he is not so emotional or doesn't feel like he's really being himself as much. That's just my guess.
I don't know. In just skimming this Wikipedia page, let me tell you, like, prolific. This dude is doing stuff. Like,
He makes a lot of music.
well, the other thing is country music accepted him in a way that, let's be honest, they don't always with black artists. And, look at Lil Nas X, nobody was
calling him on the phone and be like, "Hey, let's collab."
Yeah, right.
Do a country record.
Right. He was like, I'm going to put this out and it's going to be a country song. And country people are like, that ain't country.
That's not country.
You don't get to be on our charts.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But Hootie, inappropriate. Darius was embraced by the country community. And that's pretty rad.
Yeah, and this was before all of this modern problems. We should note that, because I think it's important. Like, we've come a long way. As we're going to have this conversation, let's just go there real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Just real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've
Sure.
come a long way as a country, and I think people forget that.
Still have a long way to go.
It just feels
Just
like
putting it
people.
out there.
It feels
We
like
got a long
people.
way to go.
It feels like they forgot. It's like, oh yeah, we did go there. Like, this happened already. We had a black president. I'm just saying. I
Right.
don't want to get political, but I mean,
Right.
we've made some strides
let's-
here, and thank you, Darius, for stepping up.
Look, I think Darius Rucker, specifically in 1994, 95, 96.
this was
era,
this was not yesterday.
Him being the front man for a rock band, playing guitar, especially just like coming out of this like hyper grunge era.
Yeah, like sad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
Dude broke some barriers,
he broke some barriers, and
So-
I know we're like sitting here, and I don't know how we can say anything about this, because
Well, I think what's
The
important
obvious.
what's important is that we get two straight white men to give their opinion on it. We've
Yeah.
really been undercut by society.
well,
Oh,
maybe recently. Yeah.
No, not recently. Straight white men are still very much in charge, bro.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that's the problem, though.
Definitely.
But you don't. Yeah. Are we
All
gonna
right,
go there?
moving on. Moving on.
Are we going there?
Moving on. Wagon Wheel,
I'll cut
great
this.
cover. Wagon Wheel's a great cover. His voice was perfect for it. I like probably his Wagon Wheel more than I like Old Crow's. What else about this? Okay, so here's what I was thinking. If you've got Darius Rucker's very first solo album, right?
What if it took off?
The R&B album. Oh gosh.
What would-
Wow.
But he would be. Would he?
Right. What if
Would he be okay? Like that? This is another part of the conversation. This
Yeah.
is the same conversation. Because if that R&B album took off,
would he be like collaborating with like D'Angelo?
he would
and
be
whatnot?
he would be stereotypical in a way that is it's not as important as what he's doing. I don't think. It could,
Like
you see what I'm saying?
if he didn't have that country crossover,
him going country is important.
that is more impactful.
Yeah.
From a societal
Even though
standpoint.
the music,
probably, probably, yeah.
because you can do it. It means that you can do anything. Anybody can do anything.
Right.
At some level, it's possible.
I would venture to say that his entire career really puts that together.
Yeah.
Like, is his first solo album the R&B album? Is it perfect? No. Was it hugely successful? Not that I'm aware of, but
and to be
it
fair,
sounds good.
Yeah, I don't
It
like
sounds
horns, and R&B is not my jam, but it does sound good.
It sounds good. It's a good album.
Yeah.
Now, Cracked Review
Cracked Review
is a much better album.
it's a masterpiece.
And something about like him jamming out with the Blowfish.
The vibe is
The vibe.
Yeah.
It transcends.
yeah.
So if you took the solo album and you took his country albums, if this is the spectrum, is that perfect middle? Hootie and the Blowfish? Because I think it is.
I think you might be onto something there.
I think
I
like
think you
that's
cracked the code.
do I have nostalgia bias?
100%.
Probably 100%.
Yeah.
Because
That was our youth.
because tomorrow's
the
just
youth,
another
yeah,
day,
Yeah.
and I don't believe in time.
Okay, that's
Time. Come on, man. Copyright infringement. So, that's where I land. I think I enjoy Darius Rucker, but I gotta give it to Hootie and the Blowfish.
And let's talk about the end. Well, not the end, but there's a new Hootie and the Blowfish album.
Right, there's a 2020 album.
And let's talk about the difference between that album and the old Hootie and the Blowfish.
I think
That's-
he's trying to bring the country folk over to
Hootie.
the Hootie and the Blowfish.
And you can tell. And
It's noticeable.
I think, like, as amazing as it is that he is a country artist, I'm not a country fan, and the music doesn't hit me the same way that Hootie did.
Right.
And when he brings that over to Hootie, it kind of detracts from it a little bit. But there's still Hootie in there.
Right, yeah. Like, some of the joy is still there,
Yeah.
but it doesn't
It's just
feel as free.
it's been slightly, just like overproduced.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, I think. Maybe not. Is that this is like a really downer ending to this.
Yeah, are we like
Are we wrapping up
are
on
we
this?
crapping on
Are we crapping
on the Hootie
Darius?
and the Blowfish?
I mean,
hope not.
Honestly, I think it sounds good. Like, it doesn't sound bad.
No,
The
absolutely
new
not.
album doesn't sound bad. It doesn't have the same vibe
Right.
as the original.
Right.
And
But then again, they're 25 years older,
Yeah.
26 years older. We are 25, 26
Yeah.
years older. So, if they put out a new Cracked Review that was exactly the same, we'd be like, well, you're just putting out the same thing you put out.
Yeah,
it
would be
in
like
94.
it would be like episode 7.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like let's slap some paint on it. Let's put that old plot in.
Yeah, to recycle.
Oh, JJ. JJ.
What did you do, JJ?
I mean, here's the thing though. He course corrected from a tone standpoint. You look at it, you immediately look at that movie and you're like, that's a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars, but there's a it's the same Star Wars.
I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Next
I'm just
week,
saying, like, from a
in the next podcast, we'll have to dive into this.
yeah, we'll get into it.
We'll get
into it.
Yeah.
For your money, you would agree that Hootie and the Blowfish proper is more to your liking, more to your tastes,
Yeah,
or
of course.
the Darius solo because of
Like, I think technically Darius Solo is probably better than Hootie. It sounds better. It's cleaner. It's more modern.
right,
Modern country, I guess.
right.
And but Hootie just has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, it's so we might be
In
hella
agreement.
biased,
Yeah, we're totally biased.
but we're in agreement.
We're in agreement.
That
So-
we got to give it to Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie, yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope he does another Hootie album that's more Hootie.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
That would be awesome.
All right, so yeah, no, this was fun. It was good to go back down a little memory lane with some Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah,
It was
thank you
good
for
to-
being here. And
Of course, absolutely. It was good to dive in, like really deep dive on Darius Rucker's solo albums. That's something I wasn't going to do.
Yeah, I wasn't. I definitely had a different playlist for my yoga routine.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, so-
And for me to listen to something other than the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Allman Brothers, and
It's good to mix it up.
You know, my Nirvana.
Have you been listening to Nirvana?
Yeah, you know, I listen to Unplugged probably once a month.
Really?
I think, yeah.
I just, you know what? I think what it was is like, he is a sparkly vampire. Like he is
Like Twilight style?
Yeah, he is a model. But you don't, like, we were kids, so we didn't, we don't look for that, but like...
Oh, like if we
he
were
is a model.
17-year-old girls
Yeah,
in
he's a
1992,
model
we'd be
with
like,
a sweater on.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Dude,
what I mean?
You know, Dave Grohl's a looker, too.
Yeah, it's all right.
Novoselic, maybe shave off that goatee.
Yeah.
Maybe hit the treadmill a little.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I feel like people are
I
going to
could
be
stand
upset
to lose
we
15.
didn't mention Nirvana in the last episode.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know, that wasn't the top.
wasn't-
We'll talk about Nirvana.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Trust.
We'll do
Trust
it.
it'll happen.
Yeah, so subscribe and
Do all the things,
all the
like,
things.
share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comments are nice,
Yeah.
especially if they're good ones.
Or just let us know how bad we're doing.
Right.
Yeah,
If-
that would
do
be
I
good.
have vocal tics that
Yeah.
you want me to stop doing? I pop my knuckles a lot, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
And if the mic's picking that up and that weirds you out, not bad.
Yeah, and like
Not
you
gonna
can
stop.
see, you can see my feet if you're watching this. So
You can see our feet.
our feet, our, yeah, I'm country. Like, I say
Our?
y'all. Yeah. So thanks for watching, y'all.
Thank
and,
you.
We'll catch you on the next one.